Hello everyone, Wednesday, February 17th, 2021. Of course, today was New Comic Book Day, which means right now it's time for the new comic book video. Not a large week for books, but there were some really nice independents that came out. And then I have some 4 vintage books I picked up this week that I'm going to show you. And then, like I had stated, you probably saw in the title, I'm going to discuss my feelings about the direction of grading. And I'm not just talking about comics, but also sports cards, hobby cards, and we'll jump into that. So let's jump into the books that I picked up. First book, The Immortal Hulk. This is a #1 flatline storyline. This was selling really, really well. That's why I grabbed that one there. Next up, Thor, #12. King in Black, #4. This right there. And then a really cool looking cover. This is Gwenom versus Carnage. This is the second print, #1. Beautiful cover right there. That is a really nice looking cover. That was it for Marvel. Only one DC pickup I have, which is the next Batman, Future State. Again, I'm not enjoying the storyline too much, but I'm going to continue buying it because I am a huge Batman guy, so we'll see where that goes. One of the big books this week was from IDW. This is The Last Ronin, book #2. It took forever for this to come out, but it sold really, really well. And then there was a 1 in 10 variant that was going for about $25 everywhere in town. I did not buy that one, but I am looking forward to reading book 2. I just hope that they get the storylines out faster, because we have discussed on this channel that when a storyline takes a long time to come out, it kind of draws people away from the story. So let's see what happens with that. Now for some really nice independents. Shadow Doctor, #1 from Aftershock. One that I'm really looking forward to taking a look at. This is from Scout Comics. This is Black Cotton. Another one I'm looking forward to from Black Caravan Books. This is Black Friday. Looks like Tarman from Return of the Living Dead right there. From Dynamite #5. This is Dynamite. Just a cool cover right there. A book that I was on for a long time, and one of my picks that I said would be a book that people should get. The second printing came out. This is Terry Moore's Serial. Second print of #1. And then the hot book to me this week from Image, #2, Ha Ha, cover A. And cover B. Really nice looking cover right there. Kind of a Harley Quinn-ish, hairstyle right there. I'm looking forward to this one. I am going to read. That'll be the first book I read today, is Ha Ha. Now for some vintage. First I picked up from 1972, a Nick Cardy cover. We talk about Nick Cardy on this channel an awful lot because I think he is grossly underappreciated for his artwork. This is Ghosts, #4, a 52-pager. Got this for a really, really nice price. Next up, from 1949, this is Wild Bill Hickok, #1, from Avon Publishing. Right there, great looking cover right there. Lower grade books, but again, these are from the 40s. You're not going to find these in mint condition or even mid-grade condition. If you do, you're going to pay a premium. You still pay a premium for stuff like this, but that's just a great looking cover. Even though these books don't really grade high, I think this is a 2 and the other ones are around a 3 if we're lucky. They still present very, very well, but they definitely have the issues to give them the grade. So there's Wild Bill Hickok, #1. Next up is Spirit number 8 from 1947. Of course, Will Eisner. And of course, the way they did the books back then, kind of a racial, you know, not really politically correct as it relates to drawing of the child right there. But again, it presents really well. A really, really good book. And when you can find these, you snatch them up. So I saw it, I liked it, I'm picking it up. There's that. And finally, the oldest book we picked up today from 1942. This is Super Magician Comics number 5, volume 1. And that is an awesome looking cover right there. It's got everything a kid would look at when he was buying these at the drugstore or the newsstand. You have a magician, you have 2 big old creatures getting ready to fight, you have a damsel in distress. That right there says everything as it relates to what you are looking for to grab a kid's attention back in the day. Again, 1942, beautiful, beautiful book. Again, not super high grade condition, but they all present really, really well. So we'll show those again. Super Magician, this is again number 5 from 1942. The Spirit from 1947. From 1949, Wild Bill Hickok number 1. And Ghosts number 4, 52-page giant, a Nick Cardy special right there. Love me some Nick Cardy. So there was that. So I hope you enjoyed those books. Now, everybody who watches this channel understands that I don't really enjoy the grading aspect of it. Now, what I did state was, if you had books that you wanted to grade, something like this, 40s, you know, these Golden Age books. If you have Golden Age books, EC books that you want to get graded for the simple fact that you are trying to preserve that grade the best you can, you know what? I was all for that. I don't mind that aspect of it. If you have vintage books or really high key issue books and you want to get those slabbed to protect the condition of the book, because face it, a lot of these Golden Age books that we're talking about, you know, the paper's not the highest quality, so you want to make sure that you know, if you want to save it, you encapsulate it. You know, a lot of people do. The issue I have is the poor grading aspect of it, and the people who do it for a lot of the newer books just to flip it for profit. Now, if you look at the way grading is right now, I've always said from day one that I think grading companies kind of give better grades to some of the heavy hitters in the comic book community. If you're sending a bunch of books in there, you're going to get a little bit better grade on some of the books. That's why key issues are so grossly overgraded, in my opinion. I'm sure a lot of you, and I've heard it from a lot of you, that stated that you have looked at books online and noticed that, you know, you're saying, you know what, there is a lot of issues with that book and it shouldn't have been the grade that they gave. But again, the one concept, the one, you know, common component on that is that they are you know, key issues, and you get a premium for key issues. So there was that. Now, like I stated, before I, you know, dealt with comic books, I've always collected comic books, but I dealt in baseball cards, football cards. And if you look at the market as it relates to that right now, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I think more so right now is, there was a Kobe Bryant, I'll use this as an example. There was a Kobe Bryant Topps Chrome rookie. It was a refractor, which was really difficult to get. Now, upwards of a couple of years ago, you could buy that card between $600 and $1,500 in a PSA 10. That is PSA and BGS being the two main grading card companies for, you know, hobby cards, non-sport cards, just like it would be, you know, CGC or CBCS. So you could pick up a PSA 10 Kobe Bryant 1996 Topps Chrome rookie refractor, and you can pay anywhere from like $600 to $1,500 for it. One recently sold here about a week and a half ago for $500,000, $500,000. That's mind-boggling to me, because the card is nice, And it's difficult, but it's not $500,000 difficult. And if you look at some of the prices on cards, especially right now as it relates to the big three in basketball, the big three, of course, being Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan. The prices of those cards are asinine. Things that you could have picked up a couple of years ago and paid, not, dirt cheap prices, but certainly not prices where, a PSA 9 Michael Jordan rookie card going for, $50,000, $55,000. I mean, come on. And this is why it is happening. Right now, people are buying and flipping. They're using these items, these cards, just like high-end vintage comics, as commodities, almost like a stock market. Now, you saw what happened with the GameStop stocks when people started manipulating the market. You saw how those stocks just shot right through the roof. It can be done. So you can't tell me that if I'm dealing in, we'll use sports cards right now, because you can look all this stuff up. You can see the prices that these things are going for. If I have a stack of Kobe Bryant rookies, and I'm sending them into PSA, and I know a guy at PSA, and we just kind of talk back and forth, you don't think that maybe he's going to bump that 8 to a 9, knowing the difference in that price could be, $20,000 to $45,000 for a 9? I'm just throwing that price out there. It's kind of in that area. That's a $20,000 difference. And if you give me a 10, that card goes up. One sold for $500,000, you get $200,000, $300,000. You don't think that things like that are happening? If you don't believe that, and you think that there is true honesty as it relates to these grading companies not manipulating prices for people, manipulating grades for people, you are gravely mistaken, and you are not seeing what is right out there in front of you. Now, it happens in a lot of things. Right now, Pokemon cards are really big. And if you don't believe me, go to your local comic shop or go to a place where they sell Pokemon cards and look at the prices that Pokemon cards are getting. There's a local store here where a guy's buying wholesale boxes at $35 and he's selling them for $200. I mean, because that's the market. They sell out almost immediately, and people are busting these packs out. Now, I just listed 2 unopened boxes of comic book cards. I listed a 1992 Marvel Series, Series 3 box, and then a Flair Marvel Series unopened box. 24 packs in the Flair and 36 packs in the Skybox version. And upwards of a year ago, you can buy those boxes, $60 to $80. They're going now for $500, $300, because they're doing the same thing now. People are buying these boxes, busting the boxes, sending the cards in to get graded, and just getting asinine prices. There is a bubble on this stuff. That bubble is going to pop. I kind of see this card industry right now, maybe in 6 months, it might just not be there anymore. So if you want to make your quick buck, do that now. But that's what's hurting the industry, because it makes the real collector unable to afford a Kobe Bryant rookie for his collection or a LeBron James rookie for his collection, because these buyers and flippers and these traders, it's almost like a stock market, like we stated. It's making it out of reach where people can't afford to do that. So I don't agree with that. So that's pretty much all we have. I'm trying a new lighting system. I don't know if it's going to work. I think it looks pretty good. But again, that's just my opinion on that stuff. And if you don't believe me, look online and see some of the asinine prices. And it's mostly the basketball card market right now, like I said, with the big three, which is Kobe, LeBron, and Michael Jordan. And just look at it for yourself. Don't believe me. Look at it for yourself. And again, you can look at the graded high key issues from CGC and see what it is. But, everybody has this thing where I'm just this, hater. Not a hater. There's certain aspects of it that I don't like, because I think it gets manipulated, and I don't think they do a good job. But if you're just trying to encapsulate a vintage book, like some of these golden ages we've showed, or some of the older golden age I've shown on this channel, there's no issue with that, because you're just protecting the book. So there's that. So that's pretty much all we have today. So as always, I hope you liked the video, but if not, nothing I can do for you. If you're a subscriber to the channel, thank you very much. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Happy hunting! And I will see you in a couple of days, and I'm going to do a vintage book video.